video from Easy Electric series, and today we are going to learn about the modify toolbar that we have in Fusion 360. So as you could see here, if you comes to the first page of your Fusion 360, as usual, let to create the sketch. So after you make to create the sketch in YZ axis, you see you have a tool bar here which is called modify. If you open that, you see there is actually some useful items that you could use in your design, and it somehow make your design much easier. So today we are going to learn about the most of these modified toolbar that you have, and you will learn how you could easily use them. So let's start with the first one, and let's start to have a rectangle here. So I'm going to make the rectangle, maybe center rectangle, let's say 100 here, tab 50 and enter. So as you could see here, I'm actually fully constrained. And now instead of having the sharp edge in this four corner, I somehow want to use these fillet that you see and somehow make them sharp edge more actually run, or the arc shape. So let's to click on that. I come here and say I wanted the fillet between these two. It's actually changed the arc. So even here you could give the number, but don't push the enter. If you want to actually do all four together, then whenever adjust one automatically all four change. If you actually push the enter, you should repeat that 4 times, and whenever you change one of them, it's just change one instead of the four. So here I'm not pushed enter. I comes to do the second corner, this, and say this with this, it's change, and this with this change. Now in the last one, you could give a different number. So if you 20, it's too big. 10 maybe. Oh, what's happened here? So let's to say, yeah, let's to actually redo that again. I don't know. Probably I pushed something wrong. So let's do this fillet, this one and this one and this one. So this one and this one, and also this one and this one, and the last one, you could actually change the number. I give 12 enter, and all of them will be actually somehow changed to the arc shape. So here you get the warning, which somehow you remove some constraint that you already have. As long as you are locked, so you should be good. Just ignore that warning that you have, because somehow you are removing the constraint in that four corner. But again, if you see this lock here, you should be fully constrained and you should be good in your design. So we could actually take a look to the other items that you have. You have an offset. Let to see what's the offset, how offset works. So I click on the offset. It says select item. I select this. Then you see you should give the offset. So let I just type 5. So if I say 5, it's make these object 5 mm offset of that. If you want to go inside, you say -5, and somehow comes to inside of your object. Let's just say -5 and say OK. So somehow we are going to make a box. So this is the bottom of the box, and this is your walls that you have. So if we do that and say finish sketch, goes to the home. Now let's to select this one and say extrude, which is this will be the bottom of your box. Let's to say 5 mm. I want to be a thickness of the box, the bottom of the box. I say OK. So then again back here, this time select these area and again extrude. This should be a wall. Let's to say 15 is small. Let's to say 30 and have a bigger box and say OK. So if I somehow zoom that a little bit, let I just drag this down. Actually, 30 is too big. Redo that. It's back here. So then I say, yeah, you should do 2 times maybe. Okay, now it's good. So now I select let I select actually come closer, select all of them. Not cancel. We should select this, extrude this time instead of the, let's say 15. 15 is small, let's say 20. Yeah, 20 should be good. So I say okay. So you zoom that down. So then you could actually bring here, use these orbit. So you actually made the small box, right? So the bottom is 5 mm and the walls comes up actually out for another 15 or 20. I think we put the 20 mm. So as you could see, your design is solid, so you could easily test that. So I come here and say edit sketch. Now let to change one of these. Let to say, okay, one of these 5 shouldn't be -5. Let to say not this one because it's really is not clear. Let to do something else. Let to comes to this one. Say instead of the 50, I want to be 60. Enter, it's actually grow up. So if you push, you see actually you implement that changes without actually breaking your model. So this is actually shows to let to actually back to the sketch mode. I say edit the sketch. It shows actually two useful, the fillet, how you could use that, and also the offset. So let to actually go back and show or use the few other modify tools that we have. Let I back here. So let to back here and this one use the chamfer and say equal distance. So what it means, if I click here and click here, so this time it's actually able to, instead of being an arc, it's actually line. So you could actually adjust that. So then you could actually have the other one, I don't know, distance and angle chamfer. So two distance is the other one you say here. And here definitely you should give two distance and you are able to adjust to any place that you want. So as you could see, whenever you implement that, just make sure it is locked, which it says it's fully constrained. That's what you should be careful. So let to actually do few other example here. Let to back here and do the other example. Let to this time make a circle here. Let to say 14, enter, and it is fully constrained. Good. So then I need a line here. I bring the line maybe 100. So still I'm actually fully constrained. Good. I click on this, make that construction. I zoom that a little in. So then have another uh, circle. So this time it's much bigger. We have 40. Let's do that. And 80. Double that number. Enter. It is fully constrained. We are good. I move these dimension to around. So now I'm going to put some line here. So I'm gonna put the line here to here. Okay, so to see that's okay for now. So then put another line. One is here, the other one is here. So then I'm going to use the tangent, which we already actually used in the constraint. Say tangent between this and this, and between this and this. We already used this in our previous lesson. So then make tangent this with this, okay? Which now is turned to the fully constrained. That's good. So now somehow I want to show you how you could use the other modify that you have. The next is trim. So let's to see how we could use that. I come here, I click on trim. So I want to get rid of this. So again, you got the warning, as long as you are fully constrained lock, you should be good. So we got that one. I want to get rid of this and also get rid of this. I'm fully constrained, I should be good. So this one somehow is for the dimension. So I just need to just move these a little around that you don't see them. So this is actually, I use the trim, make actually the nice 2D sketch. If you say finish, then you go home, you select the area and you extrude. So you will actually get the nice design here. So is this design is a solid model? So let's to try and see is it solid or not. I comes here and change this one. I don't like 80, let I do 60. Let to see what's happened. So still the model is solid and you have everything solid. So if you want to change the other side, so again you change your mind, you say, okay, how about change this one, make this, I don't know, 15. What's happened is model broke down? No. So, and still you have your model, which is somehow your design is a solid design and it's not going to break down whenever you change one dimension over there. So this is actually the other example that shows you how you could use the modify toolbar that you have in the 2D dimensional. So let's just get out from here, probably go to the new design. So and practice few more. So again, I'm coming here, create the sketch. So let's to use the other modify tools that we have in the two-dimensional. So let to do this. Let to have one rectangle. So I'm going to create the rectangle. This time I go to say center rectangle. I come here, say 100, tab 50. Enter. I'm fully constrained. I'm good. So now actually I wanna draw a circle. Let's to try and see could we have the circle in one corner of that. I bring the circle here and give, I don't know, 50 for example, and enter. It is fully constrained. That's good. So now what I want to do, I want to see could I get rid of this line, and this line that you see. So let's to use the trim and see what's happened. So if I comes here and trim this, which is good, let I see, yes, I still am fully constrained, I'm good. So let I get rid of this, I'm fully constrained, which is good. I don't like these two, I get rid of this, and see whenever I get rid of this one, you actually turn to the not be fully constrained. So that means the software not like that. So I'm coming back here and use the other modify that I have in two-dimensional sketch. So how about the break? Instead of deleting that, first I break this and then I break this. Then instead of the trimming, somehow I change this to the construction, which somehow it tells it's not part of my design and see it somehow it works, right? So again, this is really in the upfront, you don't know which actually which whenever you use the tools, which tools software like is going to work or not. It is based off the experience that you have. If you have more design, you slowly actually get that. So for this case, you see you actually put these two as a construction. You are able to trim the other part and still fully constrained. So which just tells me I'm good for now. So now let's to do one more. Let's to go and have the other circle here. Let's to say center circle this time. It is 50. Let's to do 25 here and say enter. So I'm fully constrained, so I'm good. Now I want to make the same thing in the other corner with the tools that I have. So you tell me which tools you suggest to use. So we actually have one item in the constraint, which definitely is so helpful. So remember the not this one. Let's see. So here is, I think that was here in the create. So we had the option mirror. So I come here, I say mirror, I say this, it says select the access, it says access. I say okay, now it's there. So now I redo that for other one. I come here, say mirror, this is my object, select the access, this access, boom, I have that in the other side. Now I'm good. So see, now we should get rid of few things. So these two we don't want to have. Let's do first try with the trim. If it's not working, we use the construction line. So let's do see first trim and see could we definitely I don't need this. It's I'm still fully constrained. I'm good. I get rid of this. It's actually fully constrained. I'm good for now. But I think it should be, let's see, how about, yeah, if you take a look, we put these constraints. Also, it is work, but I want to exactly be exactly the same. Let I put them back. So what we did, I'm going to do the same thing. So I go to say, okay, let I go to the break. I say break this line. And okay, whenever it we break it, it's actually not like that. So let's do back here and see what else we could do. So let's do actually back to the trim. I think we trim it, it works. Let's to keep that. So I get rid of this, it still is a sketch, so it should be fine. Now, whenever I trim this one, it's going to be not fully constrained. It doesn't like that, so I found some other tools. Maybe I break them first. I break this, it's okay. I break this, it's okay. Now I could turn them to the constraint, right? So let I choose this and say this is a constraint and I put that here and say it is constraint, okay? So looks fine. This is exactly what you have in this side and you get a nice design. So you use the few tools that you have in the modify and let I use one more. Let us use this fillet and somehow do this with this and also this with this, which is give you, let's just say 10. It'll be much nicer design. So now it is fully constrained. You should be good. So you actually are done here and see if we could go home. Now let's select the all things and extrude it. So now I extrude this, you actually get nice design, right? So see if you comes here, you got actually a cool design here. So now the question is, is a solid model, is a solid design? We will see. So we actually come back here. Let's just get rid of this, come back here and say edit this sketch. Now you don't like this size, you say, okay, I don't want to be 25, let's just say 35. Enter. So see, it's really works. So it is not nothing broken. It adjusts this one and you back. Yes, it's actually fully, it's fully constrained, is solid. Let I try something else. You don't like these, I don't know, this side. Do you want to be, let to not this one, let to just zoom that I could see the dimensions. Okay, now let to do this, let to change this to, I don't know, maybe 80 and see what's happened. Yes, it's actually adjusted. Now you have the fully, let to just get rid of that and you got, let to go home and you got these actually the solid design that you have. As you could see, the modify somehow help you in the two-dimensional to actually have much solid design. So let to actually have one more example that try to show the all options that you have there. So let to actually, this is tough to go back, let to have the new design and use few other items that you have in two-dimensional modify. Just be careful, you have the modify toolbar in the 3D. So what we are talking is the modify toolbar in a two-dimensional. So if I go to the sketch level, so which is I say create a sketch, now you see it's actually to turn the two-dimensional toolbar, which is these modify that we actually talking about it today. So let's to see what we could do that have another example to use few more modify tools in two-dimensional. Let to bring the circle, put 50 enter. So then I probably need to put that a little that side. So then let to use the shape that we never use and let to do this one. So the polygon and find the place here and make the polygon. So polygon is a little tricky. Let I just put the number here, say 35, enter. So as you could see, still is not fully constrained. As you could see here, it's still blue. So let's see what we could do. Let's go to the constraint, use the tangent, and somehow see if we could connect these to each other. So tangent this with this one, which is somehow works, still is not fully constrained. Now let's make this horizontal. So come here, say horizontal, and say this should be horizontal. Okay, that's horizontal, but it still is not fully constrained. Not let to go to the other constraint, horizontal, actually horizontal this, keep the shift and put this. Now this is actually fully constrained. So now let to actually use some other items that you have. Let to say actually extend. I'm going to extend this. Whenever you click, see it extend that and also extend this one. Just be careful whenever you put in the other side, it put the extend from the other side. Whenever it comes here, it's actually put this side that you have. So we actually use that. So extend, which somehow you get the idea how it works. And now let's see if we could trim few of them. I don't like this. Get rid of that. It's still fully constrained. We should be good. I get rid of that. Fully constrained. We are good. So my guess is if we get rid of this, it should be not fully constrained, which is that right. Let to go back and let to turn that to the construction line, which is fully constrained. This is what exactly we want to have. So now let to use the offset. So I want to offset of, let to first, we should say, I think we should first offset, select the curve. Yes, that's true. So now let's say how many we want to 5 millimeter. Let's go up. Maybe we say -5. So it comes inside and say enter. So I'm fully constrained. So and now let's see what we get. So go to the home and now you could somehow, I don't know, you could click on this and extrude these surface that you have, which somehow you get the cool design here. So you could go to the orbit and see this is a cool design that you have. Now question is this design is a solid? So we will see. So we actually back to the sketch level. So you don't like, you want to change some dimension here. So if you have a solid model, no matter what you adjust, the whole model should be adjust itself. I'm coming to 25. It's adjust everything, but it's too much. Let's say 35. So see, it is adjusted. This doesn't matter what you are adjusting. It's actually adjust the whole model, which tells you it is the solid. model. Let's do one more. So here is 35 is too big. Let's say 25. Enter. So see, it's actually adjust that. Still, your model is solid and able to rescale whatever you have there. So this is actually shows you how you could use the modify toolbox in your two-dimensional design, so which is these toolbar that you see here. So I hope you find these video useful. Thank you for watching.